Hi everyone. I debated about posting this because I try not to talk about my life too much. I give you guys tidbits here and there, and that's pretty much it. But I popped on Bill's live today and I made a comment, and it was just how I felt at the moment. Sometimes I have no filter, and it was just a moment I didn't have a filter. But, anyways, you guys jumped on and gave me some encouraging words, and you know, just you wanted to help me, and I so much appreciate that. That is an amazing feeling to have people who truly care, and I thank you so much for truly caring. So, it's been very stressful at home. I care for my mother. She is in stage COPD emphysema. She's on oxygen 24/7. She struggles a lot. She's been having a lot of rough days lately. And that's very stressful. It's very stressful to watch, and sometimes it gets very frustrating because I feel like I can't help, and it's a very hard feeling. Then, of course, on top of that, I have my children, and yes, you guys, I'm smoking. Today was a day. I have my children, and they're also dealing with their own battles and going through their own things. And I'm trying to be there for them and support them in every way I can, monetarily and emotionally and spiritually, and trying to be a mom and a dad and their friend. And there's just so many titles that comes with parenting, and whenever you have to take those titles and place them all on one human soul, it is actually, I don't even know how to describe it. It's extremely incredibly hard. Um, And so, dealing with all that these last couple of days, and the whole denture fit fiasco, that kind of bummed me out a little bit, and I'm still trying to figure that out. But recently, last couple of days, I just got this terrible feeling in my gut, and I've always been this way. When I feel something, I know that there's something in the universe going on, and I need to touch base on it. But anyways, I had this feeling, and so now with my ex in Texas, there towards the end, I truly believe that he lost his mind, and I literally mean lost his mind. Besides all the abuse and just the god awful treatment of him towards me, I feel like he really truly lost his mind at the end. Now, that being said, I could never search him on Google or Bing or anything like that, and I didn't want to. But even if I did want to, I couldn't do that because he has this thing where if anyone searches him anywhere in the world, it will actually ping him and let him know not who, but where the search is being conducted for him. And of course, that's something I did not want to do. I had to stay away from that. But something got the better of me. I listened to my gut, and I searched him. Now, I found out that several things. First of all, he was arrested. And not only was he arrested, but he interfered with his child, his son, his baby mama, or whatever you want to call her, took his son and left with him. Stayed within state, but left with him because she too felt that he had kind of lost his mind somewhat. And I guess he had tried to, he was talking to him back and forth via text. I think he went to possibly pick him up. Mom said no. I'm not exactly sure what went down at that moment, but he leaves and he goes back to his place. He owns land there, and he goes back to his place, and cops show up and kick his door down. Now, when they kicked his door down and went in to arrest him, they arrested him on two warrants. One was failure to pay child support, I guess, and then the other one would be interfering with custodial, whatever that is. I've never had to deal with any of that. Just me alone. Never had any of those I know I keep telling you guys I'm going to talk about that someday, and I will. I promise I will. I probably need to. It'll probably be helpful to my heart and soul. So anyways, they kicked his door in. They went to arrest him. He resisted arrest. He assaulted police officers. So now he's in jail for resisting arrest, assaulting a public official, the child support. So we're talking about close to $70,000. There's no bond on him. We don't know what's happening with him. But on top of that, when I was conducting this research, I had also seen that he owes taxes for his land, and they're going to auction his land on the 4th of this coming month. And it's been really hard watching his downfall. I have a big heart, and it's always been my problem. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm getting emotional. But the man I met compared to the man that I left and seeing now, it's very scary to see how quickly someone can change. And so he's on a downfall. And now, in the midst of all this, I also want to let you know that in the process of losing his mind, when I say that, I mean that he got into, now he grew up Jehovah's Witness and Mormon, and he was shunned and kicked out. He was very, very wild. He was a bull rider. He was, he's on multiple businesses. He's went through millions of dollars. I mean, he's very, very smart, but very wild. And he come across, so scripture is something that's very, very important in his life, and it's something that, like, when I was with him, I, no pork, natural products, I quit exercise, or I quit smoking. I was doing 15 to 30 miles a day, running and walking and planking and squats, and, I had to stay up to his standards. And so he found the way, religion, if you want to call it that, and it absolutely consumed him. He would search for answers. I don't really know what he was searching for, but it got to the point there to the end where he was just talking about, pagans and abortions and the way. This is not where Jesus died. This is not where, this is where it's at. It's here, and I think I've come across this, and it consumed his entire being. And in the process of this consuming his entire being, he had come across a society, I guess you would say. I'm not really sure how I label it as a cult, but that's my own personal opinion, and gosh darn it, I'm entitled to that opinion after all the shit I've been through. And this society claims to be a sovereign nation. They do the craziest stuff I have ever seen. I have seen him get away with not having tags, not having insurance, not having a driver's license, driving without a driver's license. He has gotten away with so much, especially in the last 3 years. And in the process of looking for him and researching his name, I had seen that he had went to extreme lengths with this society. I mean, there are articles that are published from the General Postmaster International, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It's very, very confusing to me. But to sum all of that up, this all happened within like the last 4 days. All of this information coming at me. And so it's instilled a fear inside of me, because what I see is a man who has not only lost his mind, but he has some sort of I don't even know if they're powerful. Maybe I'm just maybe I'm seeing it that way because of my fear. But I know from my past with him, he's gotten away with quite a bit. And I am absolutely terrified that, I'm just terrified. I'm terrified because knowing what I know of him and my past with him and what I've experienced with him and what I've seen of him, and I probably know him better than any person that walks this planet, and seeing his whole life fall to pieces around him, all for his own doing. Yes, it's all his own doing, but seeing it, his whole life fall to pieces, and then knowing that if he does get out, maybe he'll never get out, but if he does, he would have literally lost everything. And I mean, his son, his home, his land, me, everything. And when that happens to a person, it's been proven time and time again in all of our history that it could be something that pushes someone over the edge, And so for the last several days, I have had this great fear inside of me. I can't sleep at night. I'm having nightmares. I'm waking quite a bit at night. And then on top of this, my mom and her health and my children. And, I have one child who's struggling with identity. And, she's been gay for a long, long time. But now she's really confused. And all of that comes as well from what happened prior to my ex, their father and all of that. So I'm trying to deal with all that and accept all that and feel like I am somewhat worth a damn as a human. And I feel like I'm losing my mind. Because, well, hell, I don't know why. I just feel like I'm losing my mind. And what kind of tipped me over the edge, because like I said, as humans, we all reach this moment where something will push us a little bit. And it was so small and so insignificant and so silly, but I had a hard time sleeping last night. And so when I finally did fall asleep, I slept really deep. And for the first time, and I don't even know how long, I woke up at 10:30. Now, when I woke up at 10:30, everything's on a schedule with my mom and her medicine and what she eats and, for her bowels and all that stuff. And so I've already felt frantic when I first opened my eyes. And then I noticed that Sassy, which is my mom's dog, I brought her back with me. I saved her with my mom. She's 13 years old. She's older, so she's also on a schedule. She now also, another little fun fact is that she's never been fixed. When I took her to the vet and got all her care, that's the first time ever in her life that she has been to a vet. And so she is not fixed. And I was having a hard time trying to find a vet that would fix her. And now that I have found a place that would fix her, hundreds of more dollars that I don't have, and I'm struggling. I'm struggling every single day. And so she's bleeding. So I have to change blankets out every single day. And every surface of my living room, the rest of my house is fine, but my living room is carpeted. And I have to have blankets over everything. Couches, carpets, chairs. The only place that there isn't an area is from the side of my mom's bed and into the hallway where she can, that's her path to get to the bathroom. And so I wake up this morning late, frantic, already feel frantic inside. And when I set up, she's under the bed. I was like, move out of the way, get Sassy. So she finally, comes out and jumps on the chair. And I look over, and the only single spot that's not carpeted or not blanketed in my entire living room, she peed. I mean, it's a big dog, too. So it's not like just like a little itty bitty. I mean, she peed, And I became so angry. And maybe I shouldn't, but it's just like, the harder I try, the more it piles up on me. So not only do I have the hundreds of dollars trying to figure out how to get her fixed so that I can eliminate that aspect of the hell that is my life, now I have to pay to get my carpet cleaned. Another couple $100. And and that is what sent me over the edge today, because I am only human and I can only take so much. And I feel like sometimes I feel so alone. And so I came over to my boyfriend's house. He's at work. And I am drinking a beer. And I'm smoking some cigarettes. And I'm trying to get my mind right. Because I am spiritually and emotionally struggling right now. And at home, I don't have a bedroom. I have to keep any time in the bathroom very limited and quick because of my mother, So I have nowhere. and I'm struggling. I'm struggling today, and I feel like I don't have my shit together today. And I'm sorry that this is a depressing video and it's not all about dentures, but you know, I have a whole nother life outside of dentures, and it's an incredibly hard life. And it's just me. It's me against the world. It's me trying to raise my children all on my own. It's me trying to care for my mother all by myself. It's just me. And I know that someday, soon, it will all be worth it, and it will all come back to me. And you know, I know these things, but I'm just tired, you know. I'm tired. Alright, you guys, well, I'm so sorry, but I felt like I wanted to share this with someone because, you know, I'm human, and I don't have my shit together. I'm an absolute wreck, you know, and I'm sorry for that, but I wanted to also say thank you for everyone who's like reaching out and just showing me how much you guys care about me, because that means a lot to me. It does. It means it means the world to me. So I haven't felt so alone in these past few months. All right, well, before I start absolutely just bawling like a baby, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to finish my beer. I'm going to smoke another cigarette. I'm going to take a bubble bath, and then I'm going to put on my big fluffy robe, and I'm going to cuddle. I'm going to show you my bestest buddy. I love him so much. Let's see. I don't know how to switch it, but that's my buddy. That's Jackie. That's Jackie. So yeah, I'm gonna go cuddle my buddy and just cry like a baby. I love you all very, very much. You guys have an amazing day, and thank you so much for reaching out and caring about me. I appreciate that. Love you all. Bye-bye.